So we're back again at the AMEC Summit, and we're very fortunate to be joined by Nick of Sysomos, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about a study that they recently did and some findings that they have about Twitter. Nick?
Yes. Hi. Thank you very much for having me. So actually yesterday we released a very comprehensive study of 11.5 million Twitter users. So we crawled 11.5 million profiles. We observed their tweeting activity. You can find it on Sysomos blog. There was actually yesterday an article of TechCrunch on this study. So some findings basically like reinforcing messages that people have and observations people had before. For example, that 10% of Twitter users are responsible for 86% of all the information that is emitting. So there's very few people basically that are driving messages, and the majority of people are following messages. They're not contributing to content. Some anecdotal evidence, 65% of the people on Twitter that identify themselves as social media and PR professionals, they never tweet. So that's an interesting phenomenon. We also observed a very interesting trend. Actually, TechCrunch focused on this particular trend, that there is an interesting behavior between the number of people following you and the number of people that you follow. So up until you have something like in the order of 200 or 250 friends that you follow, usually you follow an equal number of people. So there is a one-to-one ratio of number of people that you follow and number of people that follow you. After that threshold, people start becoming more selective. For example, you are more selective in following people. So the moment you look at people that essentially have 500 or 1,000 friends, and that basically people that following them, they follow a much less number of people. So one explanation for that is that the more popular you become, you start becoming a little bit more selective towards the people that as to the people that you follow. So the study has lots of interesting observations like this and lots of statistics. It's a fairly sound and robust study. Interesting things about applications that people are using on Twitter. For example, the most popular way to update your status on Twitter right now is through the web using the twitter.com site. But at the same time, the second most popular is TweetDeck, with almost 20% of market share in applications. Also, we found that out of the people that disclose their age on Twitter, there is a clear trend towards the younger demographic. This might be the case because younger people are more liberal in disclosing their age online, but we have data to support that. So clearly, from those that disclose the age on Twitter, the data are skewed towards the younger demographic, the 20 to 25 years of age. Fastest growing city, I think, if I remember correctly, according to the study, is New York, but there is a very healthy representation of Canadian cities. For example, Toronto is the third fastest growing city in terms of Twitter users, and followed by some other countries. Montreal is also is there. You can look very interesting statistics of the number of people actually that they're joining Twitter in the last couple of months. After Oprah joined, for example, the same day 1.1 million people joined, and you can see how the growth of Twitter for the last couple of weeks and months actually has been tremendous. You can find detailed demographics on that. So that gives you an overview of the type of data you can find in the study. I think it's an interesting social phenomenon. I'm going to leave you with the last message. There is lots of activity in terms of communities on Twitter. You can find out lots of communities of individuals. For example, mothers that have a specific interest in children's book, groups about particular DJs. You can find groups of people that they follow very tightly each other, talking about specific types of food, city events. There are lots and lots of information out there. An interesting trend is that the more tightly connected is the community of people following each other on Twitter, the more specific is the topic that they are talking about. So there are lots of interesting demographics, and in addition to that, one final thing is that you can find that the size of these communities is not large. I think it's in the order of 90 to 100 people, the largest, and this actually confirms theories in sociology that communities of people cannot be larger than 100 or so people. So that's the type of things we found. Visit our blog, is www.sysomos.com. On our blog you will find the study and link and talk about it. And thank you very much for having me.
You bet. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of the BurrellesLuce clients are very interested in Twitter and some of the developments and how they can apply business applications. So they'll be very interested in your study. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.